We got to get started.
Okay, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, man.
No, finish your story real quick.
I'll finish it later.
Okay.
Hey, man. Have you ever heard of Aaron Barr?
Aaron Barr?
Yeah.
Is that the bar exam?
Close. Maybe you've heard of HBGary.
Is his dad Bill?
No.
Bill Barr?
Bill Burr?
Bill Barr exists. I'm not. That wasn't.
Is that?
Yeah,
is he a
the
comic?
he was the attorney general. Okay, whatever.
I only know about Bill Burr.
Bill Barr was the attorney general for whatever. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
I am not either.
No, HBGary. Have you heard of HBGary?
HBGary?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what it is.
Perfect. Well, this is great. You don't have to do this.
Try waterboarding them first. They liked that part. Someone using your Twitter account to tweet your social security number. Should we sell shirts that say my ex-girlfriend's dad's rich?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. That's pretty funny.
You know how sometimes toast doesn't come out as dark as you want it, but then other times it comes out like too dark?
Things I learned last night.
Aaron Barr, he is. We'll take it from the top of the story. Jared made that sound with his mouth. There's no can. He just did that. All right.
A refreshing Bud Light.
I feel like we need to clarify. There's no Bud Light. It's a Celsius.
Do we need to clarify?
You can't just.
Oh man. Okay, so who's
Aaron
who's
Barr.
Henry G?
Aaron Barr. HBGary.
HBGary.
Aaron Barr. So we'll.
Are these the same person?
Yes.
Sorry to ruin your story. His face, just so, for audio listener, his face was like, "Why did you do that?" Where he's like, "Yeah, they are okay." And I was gonna do a big reveal, and you messed it up.
So Aaron Barr.
We both got some weird energy today. I want to fight.
Yeah, you do?
What do you want to fight about?
You should have been in that crowd with me last night then. Look at all the bruises I got from it.
Were you at a concert last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the ABR Double
Winter
Response
Jam?
show. There was a listener there, a fan of the show, and I pointed Alex out, and she wanted Alex's autograph, and Alex refused to give it to her. Yeah, she did actually. She said,
Alex
wow.
goes.
She said, wow, he looks way cooler than you guys make him sound. So.
Oh, she must have been looking at somebody else. Well, the lighting does that. You know, if you see Alex in a dark crowd, he looks kind of cool.
I mean,
you see him in the lights like we do.
Alex is a cool guy, and I will say, Alex.
Speaking of lights, Alexa, turn on the podcast set?
Oh, good catch. I will say too, Alex was working, so like he was like, I mean, he was making lights happen.
He was doing it.
He ran on stage and fixed something at one point.
Did you watch him more than you watched the concert? Because I absolutely would have.
No, I didn't.
Are you a sound?
Well, he was side stage most of the time, so I couldn't see him.
Alex, are you the type of sound guy that's back there and you're just like, or are you just? Because there's multiple kinds of sound guys.
Answer that by doing whatever.
One guy's grooving,
so no one knows
with the music, and then one is just. Which one are you? Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
So
depends a lot on how wrong things are going.
Oh, that's fair. That's good.
But yeah, they wanted Alex's. They didn't even ask for mine. They asked for Alex's, and Alex didn't give it to him. So
I mean, you
did
came
somebody
over
ask you for an autograph last night?
He came over, said hi, told me that story, and pointed at generally a crowd. Being like, I pointed you out to that person.
Sure. I
don't think they exist.
Tim, you had an opportunity to do something funnier.
What?
Which is that person doesn't know what Alex looks like. You could have pointed to anybody. In the room. Like, dude, Alex is here right now. And then be like, go ask for his autograph.
And it's just someone in
And
the
then
crowd.
that person would be like, I asked Alex, and Alex was super weird about it.
He was so weird.
He was like,
still
I
signed my
don't-
shirt.
That's what I'm saying. You had the opportunity.
If he actually sent the person over, I was going to sign his name.
That's good. That's good.
So-
Nice.
That's good.
Well, I was gonna try to bring them to you after the show, but security was trying to kick us out. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
hey,
that
if you're not
tracks.
buying merch, you got to
Yeah.
go. And I was like, I'm trying to find Alex.
Yeah, they
And they're
wanna
like,
go
yeah,
home.
you are. Whatever, get out of here. Anyways, so Aaron Barr. Aaron, he started his career in the military. He joined the Navy and was working like naval intelligence. Serves a few tours going,
What year?
all over the world. Early 2000s.
Oh.
Going all over the world doing naval intelligence.
A recent story.
Finding dolphins and things. I don't know. I
Is
don't
that
know
what the Navy does?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, they're tracking down dolphin hackers. Just travels all over the world. Ends up in the late 2000s, 2009, 2010, finding himself in a combat scenario, which was not what he bargained for. Which is, if you join the military.
Sure.
But after getting in that, he was like, I like the intelligence side of this. I don't like the
Combat scenario.
the getting shot at side of this.
Sure.
And so he said, I want to get into civilian work. So
You can still get shot out there, but
it's
not as likely.
It's not as it's a little more rare, a little.
barely. Barely more rare.
Barely more rare. And so he quits his job in the military. He calls up one of his contacts, who's
Sure.
like a big money, high roller
Contact
investor kind of guy. Yeah, one of those guys.
Well, yeah, so he calls his ex-girlfriend's dad.
So say, I got an idea.
I got this financial play. You got to do it.
And so he says, here's what I want to do. He says, I've been working for the Navy.
Should we sell shirts that
intelligence.
say my ex-girlfriend's dad's rich?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
All right.
So he's like, here's the play. All right. I've been working for the Navy for like a decade. And in my time in the Navy, in intelligence, what I did was I would track down high value targets and figure out where these people were located.
Yeah.
By tracking their online footprint. And be able to figure out who these people, not only who these people were, but where they are located, and so the military could get their hands on them.
Sure.
And he says, I think this would be something that we could use as a contractor.
This is what I do as a party trick.
I know. Literally Facebook stalking. It's like, he's like, let's start
fun.
a Facebook stalking business.
It's my favorite, little...
You're weirdly good at it, though. I feel like everybody can Facebook stalk.
I know.
And everybody's done it. Everybody's Facebook stalked.
It's my favorite thing to sit across from someone and go, is this your grandma's house? That's my favorite thing to do to somebody.
It's very spooky.
And it's like, I'm really good at it.
It takes him like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, tops.
We'll meet someone new at dinner, and he'll just check out the conversation, be on his phone, and he'll find.
Yeah, people think I'm social media, but I'm sleuthing.
He'll find pictures of their first dog that died when they were like 11, and
I'm
be
like,
like,
hey, I'm sorry about freaking
This is Pepper
Maximilian. Pepper Ann? Okay. Pepper Ann is what
and
you
then
went
they
with?
cry at the table.
Yeah, it's really always a sad time. But I do it for the thrill.
I do it because it's fun to bring up trauma as a stranger.
Is this your ex-wife? Sorry about that.
Yeah, looks like things are going well for her
Is this
now.
your ex-wife's dad?
I don't know. We weren't married that long.
What?
I wasn't married long enough to meet her dad.
We didn't get to the meet your family part of marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that happens on the second week. We didn't make it past week 1.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't make it.
Yeah, sometimes you don't make it. So his business model was Facebook stalking. And he wanted to sell that to corporations and the government to be like, yeah, we could track down high value targets. And his investor buddy was like, great idea. And so, I mean, to be fair, it's 2009, 2010. So Facebook's still young. I think a lot of people hadn't figured out that they could just do this. And it didn't take a lot of you didn't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to have someone do this for you.
Hey, yes, you do.
Okay.
And you also have to buy our course where we teach you how to do it. You want to find people's grandma's house? Go to findmygrandmashouse.com for my 5-step course. Listen, now I'm into business. All right.
Now-
I'm
now
a
I'm in
business guy.
I'm in it now.
All right. Findmygrandmashouse.com. Is that what I said?
How are you spelling grandma's house?
Like grandma's house?
GRANDMAS.
Yep.
Okay, just making
How
sure.
else would you spell it? Go ahead.
GRAMA. Grandma.
If you're stupid, I guess.
All right, I'm buying the domain.
Is it really free? Is it not free? But it's available?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's standard price.
Buymygrandmashouse.com
Whoa.
or findmygrandmashouse. Sorry. Findmygrandmashouse.com.
It's on the screen.
For my
Write that down.
do it like a really bad infomercial from like 2004.
Have it like scrolling across the screen. Have it just really invasive all over the place.
Findmygrandmashouse.com right now for a 5-step plan of how to do this, And then you can sign up for my course. It's $5,000.
Oh my gosh. And you learn how to find your
sleuth.
grandma's house.
It is crazy that there's a whole side of TikTok that's just people selling courses on how to sell courses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's bonkers. Yeah,
Like
here's my course on selling useless
every single
courses.
time someone goes, here's a side hustle that's going to make you $200 an hour. It's like, no, it's not. No, they're not making the money doing that. They're selling a course.
Yep. And that's where do you want an email with this?
What's that?
I'm checking out. Do you want an email with this?
Findmygrandmashouse.com.
Yeah, do you want a Jaren at
Yeah, put
findmygrandmashouse.com?
creeper at findmygrandmashouse.com.
Okay, let me tell you about Aaron Barr. I'm going to abandon the cart for a second. We'll come back to this.
Well, if it's purchased by the time we're done, that's on you.
Okay, fine. I'm ready to pay.
Okay, so he basically is like, all right, we can use this to find high value targets.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea being that, with this investor, we assemble a team, we go find these high value targets, we turn them into the FBI, we get the reward money.
Yes.
Okay. Have I figured it out?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
His grandma's address was... Actually, you know what? Keep talking about it.
Yeah, do that. See if you can find it.
Why not? Hey, I wanted to give you a heads up that our TILLN Patron Hangout is happening on June 29th at 6:30 p.m. By the time that happens, I'll be a married man. So I'm taking time away from my beautiful wife to come hang out with our $20 patron supporters. So maybe be thankful, okay, is what I'm saying. But for real, we're very thankful for our patron supporters because without you, the show doesn't happen. So every month we do a hangout for a $20 tier, and the next one is on June 29th at 6:30. Come hang out with Tim and married me. It's going to be great.
So he talks to this guy and he pitches the idea to him, and the guy's like, yeah, let's go for it. So they found the company HBGary.
Okay.
So it was technically him.
HBG.
But the company's HBGary.
Oh, the company's HBGary.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Aaron Barr's the CEO. Gary is the name of the investor who invested in it. I don't know what HB stands for. Hot boy. Hot boy Gary.
It was the trepid hot boy. It was you trying to. I don't know what HB stands for. The first thing you think of for HB is hot boy. Okay. Okay, stupid. Go ahead.
So
Hot Boy Gary.
Hot Boy Gary gets assembled, and they start trying to sell their services to the government and mega corporations, all this stuff.
The government's like, hey, we've been doing this. Like, this is like our thing.
And they're like, did you learn that from us?
Yeah.
And so, no one's buying. Everyone's like, we're not interested. This is not something that we should pay for. before. We can do this ourselves.
So then he turns on him. He finds personal information about them and then goes, I will release this if... So he starts blackmailing people.
Close-ish.
Hot blackmail, Gary.
Close-ish. So here's what he did. He's like, I need to build up a resume and to show that this is something that we can do and we're good at it.
Okay.
It's not just like some dude off the street who's like Facebook stalking your friends, like finding grandma's house. He's finding grandpa's house.
Anyone can find grandma's house. I'm hunting down grandpa.
All right, well, let me go get another domain.
Huntinggrandpa.com. And you know that it's gonna be some old man in Montana who's like, I love shooting elk or whatever. But I mean it like I'm hunting grandpa.
Let me get that in the cart real quick.
Is it available? Huntinggrandpa.com?
Hunting. And now how are we spelling grandpa here?
How you spelling hunting?
Huntinggrandpa.com. All right. Yeah, it's available. Make it yours. Here we go.
Look at that. Well, while we're doing this, please support us on Patreon. I would say a good 50% of the support that we receive goes to domains.
These stupid domain names.
You know, you can support our show on Patreon, or you can just go to GoDaddy and give them money. Either way, GoDaddy's getting it. You know?
Go to GoDaddy.com/TILLN.
We don't have a sponsorship, but you can try.
You can try it. It'll probably redirect you back.
This comes out in like 5 weeks. We got time.
Yeah, we'll call him. Anyways, so Aaron says, I need to build up a resume.
Yeah. I'm gonna start sleuthing.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
show
that I'm capable of this.
Well, I guess you could do that though. Like if FBI's got targets and they've got rewards out for people, you could.
Yeah. You could
make some money doing that.
Yeah. But he wasn't trying to go find bounties. He was trying to like get government contracts.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Not like bounty work.
I got you. Yeah. But he wasn't trying to be like your neighbor, the bounty hunter.
I hate you for that.
2 jugs of tea.
Hey, it was sketchy behavior, okay?
1 jug of justice.
What episode did we talk about that on? That was a long time ago.
That
was the apartment.
I want to say Black Tom Explosion, but I'm not 100% on that one.
That could be it. I mean, I was at the apartment, so that was...
Dog bless,
baby. I lived there a long time ago, too. Anyways, so he's trying to build up his resume. He says, I need to find some high-value name that I can expose and show that I know how to do this.
Okay.
Now, it's late 2010 at the time. So he's looking in the media. What's a big name in the media? He says, you know what? Barack Obama. No one knows where he lives. That's a joke.
Okay.
No, he says anonymous. Everybody's talking about anonymous. No one knows who they are. No one knows anything about their structure, about who's a part of it, where any of them are located. And they were out wreaking havoc, posting their creepy videos online and stuff, you know?
Yeah. What were they doing? You should do an episode on them because I don't really know what the deal was.
I mean, they were hacking.
Were they though?
They've had some pretty crazy
Were they just posting
hacks.
Twitter videos and being like, we have hacked this person, you know?
The videos were probably, that was the best part.
I just think about somewhere in a basement, they're filming that, you know what I'm saying? Sure, they're getting crazy information on people that they don't want that out there.
Yeah.
But then they go, we need to sit down and record a video.
Yeah, they're in a basement in suburban Ohio.
We have uncovered a video, you know?
And their mom's at the top of the stairs with like a platter.
Hey guys, fish sticks are ready.
Yeah.
And so.
I mean, most likely that's the scenario. But anyway, so he says I need to
find them.
I need to track down Anonymous and make them non-anonymous.
Find Anonymous's mom.com. Don't stop. Find Anonymous. I gotta find her and those fish sticks, dude. So
Anonymous. That's Anonymous.
It go on, dude. I'm doing too many tangents.
So So
I'm standing in the way.
he finds their dark web chat room where they're doing all their engagement. Is their Slack channel,
Their Discord.
anonymous Discord, and he's like, I want to enlist. I want to be a part of Anonymous. And they're like, cool, welcome to the board, welcome to the team. What are your skills? And he says, here's all my skills.
Look at him.
And they're like, none of them relate to what we're doing here, but welcome, I guess. No, he makes.
What are your skills? Oh, yeah, I got a lot. You know how sometimes toast doesn't come out as dark as you want it, but then other times it comes out like too dark? I get it just right.
On any toaster. Put out any toaster. I can
Give me,
I got the touch when it comes
cheap
to those
Walmart
dials.
toaster.
Yeah.
One of those little rolly ones that you put it on and it goes, you know, like a little
Yeah. I've been
conveyor
studying
belt.
this for years.
Yeah. Toast.
Yeah.
That was a lot of my time.
That was most of my last 10 years.
And I don't want to reveal this to the public, but I did figure out where eels come from.
That was just a thing
Interested in that?
Yeah. I was putting them in the toaster and
Toast and eels.
they told me. They said, stop.
And
Stop. If you don't do it, I'll tell you where we come from. You don't have to do this.
I tried waterboarding them first. They liked that part.
Yeah, they were
They
seemed to be really at home.
you know,
in
but the toaster is
waterboard.
where they drew the line.
I have a family. I'll tell you where they are.
I'll tell you
Oh,
how
will
they, and
you?
more importantly, I'll tell you how they came to be. That's what you're after. Okay.
So he joins this and he creates a username Cog Anon. Like a cog in a machine.
Okay.
Cog Anon. And he starts like just kind of being a part of the board, not really doing a lot, not really engaging, but just kind of paying attention to all the conversations and what they're doing and things like that.
Sure.
Over time, he starts to piece together a hierarchy and figure out who are the people that are
Who's
kind of
in
like,
charge.
in running the show. And what he begins to do is he goes to Facebook and he finds everybody on Facebook that likes anything that has to do with Anonymous or is sharing things or posting articles or somewhat seems like they're interested in Anonymous in any way.
Yeah.
And he adds them on Facebook because this is 2010. This is when
back when
people-
you just accepted friend requests.
yeah, when you got a friend request and you're like, oh, this is cool. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
That was a
I'm
weird
friends
time.
with a lot of people I don't know.
That was a weird time. So he started friending all these people, and what he would do is he would get on the chat room.
It was like some people would have like 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
That was where it was capped.
And you'd be like, you don't know that many people. And be like, I know that many people. I know those. I've got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they would. He would watch them on the chat room.
Yeah.
And watch all the conversation. And then when they would sign off, he would go check Facebook and see if anybody signed on. And he would keep checking that. And he said, if I got enough data points of here's a person who likes Anonymous and here's a person in an Anonymous chat room, and if it happened enough times, I don't know what his number was, but if it happened enough time where it was sign off, sign on, he's like, that's probably them. Which seems kind of clever. But
Sure, but it also seems like you're sitting in front of two screens all day and just being like,
what is that?
It's Alex.
Oh.
It was a callback to a joke I made maybe 15 minutes
I
ago.
don't think he does. You didn't call because you said, "Are you the guy that goes?" Or are you the guy that goes?
Uh-huh.
But there you just went.
You were doing this one. So
Yeah.
you know what? One of us pays our bills with like comedy and stuff, and the other one gets stupid tattoos. So
Are you talking about Reagan or?
you can't say that. You can't put that. You can't say that. She listens to this.
Are you wanting to cut it out or?
Leave it in. Will she be my wife by the time this comes out? I don't know.
I think we might be there. We might be there.
All right.
So, well,
We'll see if she calls it.
I think we know your first marriage fight. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good first one, you know?
Yeah. I imagine our first marriage fight will be the day after the wedding, and she sets 6 alarms And I go, nope, that's over now. And she'll go, what? Why? And I go, because I'm the spiritual leader of this home. And we wake up with one alarm in this house. I don't get it, dude. Does Bree set multiple alarms?
Not to wake up, but she sets an alarm to remind her of everything throughout her day.
Dude,
so like all day it's just an alarm going off.
Reagan's morning routine is to sleep through 4 alarms. Not sleep through. She'll wake up, turn them off.
Yeah.
Whatever, I guess. And then she's got them set every 5 minutes so that she knows where she's at.
Yeah.
Are
they different alarm tones?
Yeah.
Like each one, it's like, I know if it's that one, then I need to really get up.
Yes, that's when she's no, because like this is like during her like morning face routine and stuff. And then this is how she explains it. Yeah. Is that she's like, well, now I know when this one goes off, I've got like 15 minutes left, and I go, that sounds like torture to me.
Yeah, that does. I agree with that.
Just get up.
Yeah, just wake up.
So my solution is I just have to be awake before her every day.
Gone.
Every day.
I have to leave before she wakes up.
I have to get out of bed. When I did,
my solution is I'll stay. So
we'll see how
somewhere else.
We'll see how that goes. Is what I'm saying. That's what I would imagine our first fight's going to be.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. If you like it, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Speaking of future episodes, we have a ton of past episodes. We have a back catalog of well over 100 episodes. So check those out. My current favorite is Nellie Bly. She was a journalist from the early 1900s who totally changed the industry, especially for women in the industry. Super cool story, but also kind of crazy, some of the things that she did. We had a lot of fun in that episode, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, but ultimately, just thanks for being here. All right, so Gary, he's watching this.
So I'm saying he's got his 2 screens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of work of just literally like just snacking and just watching.
Yep.
Status.
It's intelligence work right there, man.
That's not, but okay.
And so he's taking notes, and he gets to a point after a few months of this where he's now figured out not only the hierarchy of Anonymous, but the identities of a lot of people who are involved in Anonymous by using this method.
It feels like they wouldn't be that sloppy though, but sure.
So
it is 2010.
So he's got this figured out. So he writes a white paper and submits it to his conference, this like cybersecurity conference, and is like, I want to be a guest speaker. And they're like, wow, this is cool. Okay, yeah, come on. And he's like, I figured out who Anonymous is, and talks about his methodology, and then reveals everybody, and then posts
at this conference. And the conference leaders are just like,
somebody shoot that guy.
No, the conference leaders are anonymous.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Is what's very funny.
Shoot that guy.
But it's none of them on the screen. And they're just like,
So he finishes this conference and he uploads that white paper online, logs in as Cogganon and posts it in the chat. And it's like, have you guys seen this? Like acting like he's not him.
Mm-hmm. Like, and they go, actually... Like they've done it to him. And they're like, cut the crap, Aaron. And you're like,
yeah, so he posts that and it was like people interacted with it, whatever. It wasn't like a crazy thing.
Sure.
And he immediately later that day starts getting emails from all these corporations, from the FBI, and everyone's like, hey, let's have a meeting on Monday. This was a Friday, the conference. And he starts getting all these meetings scheduled with all these big players that he was targeting on Monday. And so he's like, hey, it worked.
And they're like, hey, the FBI is like, so we're anonymous.
So just so we're clear.
Just so we know.
Yeah, just so you understand here.
And we're going to kill you now.
And you are... You're that
dead.
thing you know about toast? We're going to have you do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Golden brown, but enough to be dead. So he goes into the weekend knowing, okay,
I got
now,
meetings with the
now-
FBI on Monday.
Yeah, he's like, I got meetings with the FBI. I got meetings with all these big banks and corporations that I've been trying to get meetings with.
Sure.
He's like, the business is going to take
Wells
off.
Fargo, here we go, baby. I got the FBI at 1. I got Wells Fargo at 2. Pretty stacked day.
And I got Toys R Us at 3.
Circuit City at 4. It's 2010. They're still around. They're
all the companies are the companies that are about to collapse.
SVB is like, let's do this thing.
Let's go, baby. So
Elizabeth Holmes is there somehow.
So he's got these meetings scheduled. He goes in the weekend though, knowing, all right,
Yeah.
I just targeted anonymous, and so they're probably
They're
gonna clap back,
Try to find
right?
me. Yeah. So he moves.
So he's like increases his internet security at home. He changes all his
Sure.
passwords.
Starts using DuckDuckGo or whatever that internet browser is.
He logs into a VPN, watches some
Yeah.
Netflix in Spain or something like that. He's like, that's a cool side effect of this.
Yeah.
This security
I
thing
got
I'm doing
Netflix
here.
beflix before everyone else. That is a cool side effect.
Yeah,
It's
the VPNs
2010.
are crazy, man.
Yeah.
They're nuts. Internet Netflix was out in 2010, right?
No.
Streaming?
No.
Are you sure?
I think it was 2011.
No way. Because it was like common by the time we got to college, and college was 2012.
I don't think it was that common by the time we got to college, but yeah.
Interesting. Anyways, so he's watching the situation pretty closely.
Sure.
This is Super Bowl weekend. So on Super Bowl Sunday, he wakes up in the morning,
Of what year?
2011.
Oh, maybe he is Netflixing.
So it's Super Bowl Sunday. He's paying close attention to everything that's going on with the Super Bowl and also with his internet security. And he logs on to the Cognon account, and he's got a message from one of the people he thought was the anonymous leaders. And the guy's like, hey, are you open for some work? And he was like, it depends what kind of work. He's like, it's out in Washington, D.C. And he's like, okay. He's like, what's the job? And he's like, well, there's this cybersecurity company that's been meddling in our affairs. Could you help us out and take them down for us? And he was like, what's the company? Because his company is based in D.C.
And they go, hot boy Gary.
Hot boy Gary.
Hot boy.
It was a competitor. And so he's like, oh, he's like, starting to sweat.
I will
And so he was in the
absolutely
clear.
do that.
He's like, okay, cool. They don't know. Like they're
for
not,
sure.
they're not on to me. And then he's like, sure. Yeah. He's like, send me over the details. And the guy sends him all the details. And he's like, okay. Also, by the way, the guy from Anonymous is like, hey, check your Twitter.
I like that.
And,
That's a power move, dude.
And so he tries to log into Twitter and he's locked out of his Twitter.
Yeah.
So he gets on his computer and Googles himself, finds his Twitter. And on his Twitter, the last tweet was just his social security number.
That's a good time.
And so he goes and all of his accounts, his email, his social, his World of Warcraft, he's locked out of all of them. His passwords have been
Yeah, of
changed.
course he was a
all of them.
Warcraft player, bro. I hate that, dude. I hate you threw that in there. His World of Warcraft, probably the most devastating loss, honestly.
And so
I can't play WoW.
what am I gonna do? And so
That's a power move. I do like that a lot.
it is. It
That
is.
is very much like the me turning the laptop around to reveal your grandma's house is
Yeah.
the same in my mind as someone using your Twitter account to tweet your social security number. You know, it's not the same level at all.
Yeah,
But it feels like it. It's such a good moment. I love that. I love that for them.
he jumps on HBGary's website and it's changed literally just a message that says HBGary has been owned. And then he jumps back to the chat and jumps on the chat and he's like, hey, do you guys know what's going on with HBGary? And the guy's like, yeah, that's the company. We know who you are, Aaron. And then he notices that his router is blinking. And so they're on his local network and his iPad gets wiped, his computer gets wiped. Literally all of his devices, all of his accounts got hacked. They leak all of his emails up online. So they do their posts that they do with their video.
Frick, dude. If my emails got like oh my gosh, man. It's just all the Stitch Fix newsletters. People are like,
Man, this guy's stylish.
dude, he opens all of them. He opens every one of them. 100% open rate.
So they leak all of his emails.
Great.
And all these companies that had the meeting scheduled with him were like, oh man, maybe not then, actually. This seems like you're not very
good at this.
Secure.
But was the identities that he said were anonymous, were those legitimate?
No, yeah. They in their video, they posted the list of the people that he said they were, and they're like, that's not a single one of them is us. And also, there is no hierarchy. We have no...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
None of these are us.
None of these are us.
You didn't get us.
You didn't get a single one of us.
LOL.
And they said there's not a...
That means laugh out loud. It's 2010. You still had to explain it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they... and they said there's no hierarchy in Anonymous. Like he outlined this flow chart of leadership. He's like, we don't have a leadership hierarchy. We're just a community of hackers. That's just like... Someone's like, hey, there's this thing I want to do. And everyone's like, cool, let's hack them.
Heck yeah, dude.
And obviously this
was also the era of time where like hackers were like the coolest character in every movie.
Yeah, they had the hoodie and the vigilanteism thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a little bit of a hacker thing for a kid's video.
We can put that on our Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll put that on our Patreon for sure.
And then kids got scared.
Yeah, we had to change it.
Had to change it
we
for
had
the
to
next
change
week.
the pitch of the voice.
Yeah, because it was like, Christmas has been hacked. It was really bad, dude. And Tim was like, kids are going to love this.
It was dope. It was dope. The kids did love it.
Sure.
They did love it. I mean, not the ones that were scared.
Dude, they loved it. I mean, most of them.
Yeah, some of them loved it.
The
some
nerds
of them were terrified.
didn't. Freaking little twerps didn't.
Yeah, the kids who liked it actually weren't anonymous. And so they were like, hey, that's us.
Hey, my youth group didn't have a hierarchy, though. All right.
There was no hierarchy.
No hierarchy.
So obviously this was detrimental for Aaron.
Sure.
All of his information was leaked. And then his business wasn't going to work anymore because now everyone knows he's bad at security. And also didn't do what he said he was going to do, like didn't actually identify anyone. And then everybody started to realize too, oh, your methodology was just, did they sign off here and did they sign on here?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's be coincidental. Like there's no real good reason to link those. Like,
sure,
maybe if you had millions of times, but it's like you gotta substantiate that probably more than just that link to be like that guy's hacking people. That's a big claim,
right? He's not hacking anybody.
Yeah, he's just getting on Facebook. So learn a lot of
how does one hack?
I mean, there's a lot of ways to hack.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hack my grandma's house. Stop.
But anyway, so HBGary ended up getting sold. They sold the company for pennies on the dollar because they never did anything except for
if you'd like to buy Space 10 Media for the right price, for the wrong price, I'll sell it to you. You know,
that's the wrong price, but you
got it.
But you got it.
It really sucks. I'm taking a huge loss.
But this was an important lesson to anybody who decided they wanted to take on Anonymous. That you gotta be better
That's all?
than that.
We don't know anything else about Anonymous? You gotta be better than that. No, we don't. I could do an episode on. I could do some research and do a full episode on Anonymous. But this was one of their more. Do one on Anonymous.
Yeah. So. They figured out some stuff about Aaron. They hacked all his accounts and destroyed his business.
Can you do me a favor?
The day of the Super Bowl.
Go ahead and put up a picture of Aaron Barr on the screen because I just found a picture of him, and he looks like he would get taken advantage of by a group on the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had to guess, this man plays World of Warcraft and gets owned by a chat group.
He had a good system, didn't he? Don't you think?
He looks, yeah, is. Yeah, that's the exact picture I was looking up too.
Yeah, he was very good at it. So
this is a recently divorced man in the church directory. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you see like this, like a little bit of a smolder there where he's like, I'm in the singles ministry.
Yeah, he's volunteering in the right area.
Well, look at that. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's a smolder. That's not his item. One of his eyes ain't bigger than the other one.
Yeah, he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got him.
They got him.
They're still out there. They're still doing their thing. Nobody's tracked them down. And they ruined this guy's life. So,
well, his grandma lives at 223.
Whoa, don't fiddle off yet. I got something else important to say.
You idiot. No, you don't.
I do have something important to say.
What?
Here's the thing.
You were getting
HBGary's
your
failure.
end of episode voice on.
HBGary was getting this.
Gosh.
HBGary had a decent idea, but targeting Anonymous was not the way to go because Anonymous is sophisticated. Anonymous is not the kind of group where people that are a part of Anonymous go like Anonymous on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like they're smarter than that.
You can't be a Long John Silver's person and attack a Red Lobster person. You can't do that.
Here's the thing, though. If he would have attacked some less sophisticated hackers, this strategy might have worked for him, and he might have had a business.
Yeah.
So he shot,
but
out
he
of his league.
just went way too big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to take a second to highlight someone that he probably should have targeted.
Okay.
But that'll be in next week's episode. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, here's another one you can check out. And then down here is a bunch of other episodes you can watch. So make sure you click on that to watch forever. And then you can subscribe if you haven't done that already. It makes sure you don't miss an episode. Like this video, leave a comment, leave a review wherever you're watching, and then subscribe or follow on whatever social media platform you prefer. We will be there.